one. And I think we are. What's up? We're live. Or are we live? Yeah, we're live. I never know on this damn thing. What's up?
I don't know when this thing works.
You know when we're live because then you don't see AG and then he pops in like magic.
He's like a ninja, huh? He's like a live ninja with all that stuff.
Yeah.
So anyways, what's up? You know who it is. It's Cholula's Comics, and we are your West Coast comic connection. My wife is over here trying to distract me, and she's doing a really good job of it. And here we are with episode 7. Can you guys believe this is the 17th time we've done this? Episode 17 of Sigs, Slabs, and Con Talk. So let me introduce all of my fellow panelists over here. First and foremost, my brother AG Surfer. What's up, AG? Let me highlight you real quick so you can say what's up to everybody.
Hey, how's it going, man? Happy to be back. Got a day off, so I was fortunate to get on the show.
Yeah, man, that's the thing is you've been working so much. We're just glad to have you back, dude. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, look, he's worked so much he's actually grown a beard.
I'm too lazy, can't shave.
See, that's what I'm saying. I haven't worked enough.
Speaking of not working enough, here we got my big brother, Tat Comics. What's up, Tat?
How's it going, everybody? See, Alec, mine's longer. That's almost a month's beard right there.
Jesus. All right. Next, we got the big homie, CBA, Comic Book Aesthete.
Hey guys, how's it going? My Dodgers won, so I'm happy. I'm in
awesome.
right now.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
only
man,
took 32 years.
Did that go to Game 7 or was it Game 6?
Game 6.
Game 6, okay.
Yeah, Game 6, yeah.
Congrats.
I cried at the end.
Oh, really?
Hey, that's a long time, dude. Big ups, like real.
That
real
is
stuff,
a big time. Last time was with Kirk Gibson. Oh my god.
Kirk Gibson was a little fist pump, jogging on the bases, the damn A's. As an A's fan, I didn't like it, but it was something.
I don't know what to tell you. So.
Yeah, Kirk Gibson, man, he was the man.
Yeah, I still rooted for you guys even after that guy.
Yeah.
And talk about a beard. He had a beard, man.
All right, and then we got our good friend from way up north, Fourwayflashers. What's up, Fourway?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for having me on again. I changed my name to West Coast Fourwayflashers.
Oh, there you go.
Well, that clears it up.
Yeah, if you didn't notice, I stuttered because I saw that and I was like, "What? Wait, that's not his name. What the heck?"
I don't know who paid him off. It wasn't me. Must be true.
I'm about as far from the West Coast as you can get.
But that's all right by us. That's good.
Yeah, we're fine.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hey, real quick, I'm gonna just give a couple shout outs to everybody in the chat. As always, we have AG Surfer on the panel and in the chat, so thanks for joining us, AG Surfer. We got Azor's Tiger, who's just always here pretty much every single week, supporting. Appreciate it. I know you guys have a live show coming up probably real soon, right? 8 o'clock, I believe, on Spinetech's channel. So check him out. Check out Sith Lord.
He's our.
And we got a bunch of folks on there, so check them out. Doom, all the way from Hawaii. What's up,
Shoots, bro? Shoots.
Yeah, mahalos, man. Thanks for joining us.
Right there, cuz. Got you right there, cuz.
Heck yeah. And then we got comic. Oh, that's you, Ron. Come on, man. Come on, Ron. You're throwing me off over here.
Hey, who's that beautiful blonde? Dang. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's AG, bro. Come on.
What? No, it ain't.
Oh, I thought it was Dolly Parton. That was Dolly Parton.
Oh no. There we go. It'll be a long
Okay,
night.
I'll stay up for that. Go ahead, man. Finish it.
No. We're good. Let's see. So what do we got going on? We got our MC, our master of ceremony, came up with all kinds of good topics for us to discuss today. You guys saw the list. I don't know. Would anybody want to pick one off top to start with? I mean, I'll share really quickly. Me and AG definitely got some books to share. Everybody else has some books to share. You know, me and AG went out to Sacramento a few months back. We went to go see Clayton Crane. And guess what? We're really pumped that our books are back. AG came down the other day. He came all the way down my way, San Jose. We met up. He passed me off some books. I gave him a ton of his books, and we're excited to show that. But we'll save that for a little bit later. I don't know, Ron. What do you want to start with?
I have no preference. I thought we were going to start with the comics. But
Oh,
that's fine.
You decide. It's your channel.
Nah, man, it's not me. It's us. It's all of us.
There you go.
I don't know. We were talking a little bit about cons, right? You guys want to talk about that? Continue that conversation?
Like do's and don'ts and what you miss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
miss.
yeah.
So
We can do that, and then I can show my haul later. So it's all good.
yeah. So right before you jumped on, Mike, right before you jumped on, we were just talking about different things about conventions, and one of the topics was, do you have any tips for when you go to conventions, do's and don'ts? We definitely started that, but I don't know. I won't put you on the spot if you're not ready because
Oh no!
we have.
Here, here's a dude. Deodorant.
Oh, there we go.
Deodorant. Wear it. My God.
Yeah, that's got to be the census.
You trying to tell me something?
That's got to be number one, man. I mean,
Hey,
my God, it is hot in those conventions. Like I can't even imagine what it's like in California. But
It's
definitely,
a bit spicy.
definitely during the summer here in Toronto, it gets pretty hot. And if you're not smelling nice, you're not smelling nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would be number one. In a more practical sense, is like save more money than you think you need, because I always find by the end of the day, I'm always like $10 short for a book that I really want to get, and comes out right at the end. So like try and have a little bit more money than you think you actually need for going to a show, and don't try and like spend it all in one go.
Yeah.
Because you always find that one priceless gem right at the end of the day, and it's always when you're like $10 short and the guy doesn't want to cut you a deal.
Yeah. Oh, that's
or the Wi-Fi sucks and you can't take your credit card.
yeah. or then you got to go deal with those stupid ATM machines that they have in there, and it's like a $20 processing fee just to pull out $20. Like, oh man, heck no.
Yeah.
No, but that's real talk right there. That's good advice.
Yeah.
Well, when I go to a con, I definitely make up a budget. I ask myself, how much am I willing to spend for this day? And then I'll put half in my pocket and half in my car if I drive over there, and I'll hide that money in my car, of course. So I'm afraid.
And what kind of car are you driving?
And so I would have to force myself to walk out to the car to get that extra money. And I never go to ATMs.
I was laughing. You made me laughing.
And I got some visual aids, with regards to BO. I mean, this is what I like to use for mints, Altoids smalls, okay? Because I can get halitosis big time. And, Tic Tacs, and then Orbit gum. I love this stuff. It's my favorite flavor.
Stay away from the heinies.
I don't know if beer works.
No.
You're gonna get kicked out.
Yeah.
We'll see. Fun. I think alcohol kills like the majority of the germs. So
I don't know about that. Those work too.
He likes to slip it on. Just go. Oh look, lip balm. Is that what you have right there? Lip balm? Are you serious?
Lip
you don't know
balm
what
is
kind of situation you're in,
dude. Man.
Hey,
What you could offer?
When you're at a con and Hollywood is there, and you see the good-looking gal in the back.
I don't know about that, man.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
You must be home by yourself then, bro, because I know you would say that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, look at that. My wife was just in here. She was trying to make me laugh. She was telling me about the Duck game is on right now. The Ducks are actually winning. So cheers to that. Yeah, I agree with you guys on the deodorant. Breath mints is, of course. The one thing I don't like to do is get there and not know where the bathrooms are at. Seriously. It's best to find where all the bathrooms are at, because when you have to go and you're running around, after a while, this thing starts to spin. At least it does with me. So I like to find out where the bathrooms are at first. So if I need to use the restroom, I go there, especially my son. But I always what I'd like to do when I go is I like to map out where I want to go first with the map. Pull it out, look at it, and I know exactly where I want to go. And then I always always carry a short box, so I always got to make sure I run back and forth.
Short box, yeah.
Leave it out in the car kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, definitely deodorant, big thing. Have water too. Bring your own water if you can. Trust me, because bottles of water there are expensive. And if you can even carry like your own little, what do they call them? Those little flasks,
flask?
Yeah, hydro flask, something like that. Bring one of those. Fill those things up with water. It sucks to carry them, but let me tell you, it saves you money.
I fill mine with vodka.
Yeah, there you go. Ron Burgundy over there. He's walking around going, "I'll buy that ASM. Ah, screw you." You know, stumbling on people and shit. Damn, Cholula.
AG, you got some tips?
Well, I was gonna say, I mean, like everyone's got that. Those are great. Those are some of the tips you got to live by. As you mentioned, you're going with a budget. Get that deodorant. Get the breath mints. It's all about like personal hygiene. If you feel a little, if you're at the con and you're not sure about the.
I wasn't gonna laugh, but then Ron started laughing, and that got me.
You could bring, you could go to the dollar, or you can go to like get the travel size deodorants and start handing them out to people. If you feel so inclined, or you have an extra one that you can give. Like if you're digging through the box, the guy comes up right next to you and he's really close, and you're like, "Oh my god!" And you're like, "Hey, dude."
Yeah. As he's doing this, tell him there's a book back there, roll it on for him.
Yeah,
Hey, did you guys ever think of though? Maybe that's his strategy. Maybe that's his defense mechanism. So when he goes into a box, everybody's gonna clear out, and he has the box to himself now.
Yeah,
that's a stretch, man. I don't.
Yeah,
it definitely is a.
That sounds like something he tried, huh? Go ahead. So sorry, AG. I'm sorry, AG.
No. I was gonna say, it's like what Ron was mentioning earlier. That's what you want. You want a budget. It's like look at the con before you go there. Have an idea of who's going to be there. What do you plan to do? Get all it's all about prep work. Because when you're prepared, things flow a little bit. It's a little smoother transition. And even like what Fourway was talking about, have some extra cash possibly, because you don't know what the cost is going to be until you get there. You don't, especially if you're getting autographs. Oh, the guy charged me $5 last time. Well, this time he's charging 10, or this time he's charging 15. That changes everything. And just the same idea, how you mentioned food and water, the beverages, the stuff that's there. All that's a cost that adds up. And if you're not kind of prepared for it, there's certain things you've got to do, obviously, to compensate, whether you don't eat that day. You decide maybe you don't get as many autographs as you want because you want that book instead. So you go back to that vendor, try to get that deal. Use your cash.
There's always that thing that just pops up.
Yeah.
You might be walking down there, and all of a sudden, for some reason, that mystery box is calling your name. You just gotta be like, oh, I gotta spend that $25 to see what's in that box.
Yeah.
You're stuck with a bunch of like Funkos that you don't want and whatever. But you gotta always realize that there's always a surprise that happens at the con. Something that you don't expect that you want, and it's gonna be there.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe it's something you might have been looking for, and you just happen to see it. It catches your eye. But obviously, the vendors change their stuff up on a daily basis. As they sell books, they're putting books up there, and they're also going, "Oh, I didn't see that yesterday."
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely important to have a list and have an idea of what you're going after, what you're looking for, and then be somewhat prepared for the surprises you're not used to seeing.
Yeah.
Yep.
I gotta mention we got some comments in the chat. Doom got some good. He had some good ideas first.
Oh,
yes, he does.
Make sure you bring a phone charger. I think that's a great idea because
definitely
you're gonna need your phone. You're gonna be looking up. Hey, is this a key issue? Can I find it cheaper on eBay? What's going on? That you got to do your research. Sometimes you can do your research, ahead of time, and sometimes you got to do it on the fly. And the phone is a great, and it's a great tool to do that. And then the next, and I think even more importantly, bring some Spam Masubi's if you can. Like, they keep well, they travel well.
Yes, they do.
Good to go.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Some healthy portable snacks or whatnot.
But I really like the point that AG made, and just to elaborate on that, like that was gonna be my point is prep. Like prep. So know who's gonna be there. Know what books you want to get signed by them. Pull your books out ahead of time. I'm like, I live and die by the window bag and board. Like I get my stuff ready, and it's just easier because it makes things more efficient. When I'm in line, I got my colors, I got my window bagged and board books. Here, these 3 are red, those 2 are blue. Boom, done. And that way I'm not holding up the rest of the line behind me, Yeah. And
right.
it just makes things faster. It helps things move along quicker. And I like doing that, and I feel like it contributes to the community to make it efficient, I don't know. That's my thing is I make sure that I'm prepped. And then the The other big thing that I'll say is, you go in with a plan that's flexible, right? Like I know who I want to see. I may not know how much they're charging for autographs, right? So I got my stack of 5 books I want to get signed by them, but I get to the front of the line, all of a sudden they're charging $20 instead of 10 or 5. Okay, maybe I don't need those last 2 signs. So you got to be flexible with your plan and be prepared to walk away.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't need that this time. Like I don't need that book. I can leave it behind. And sometimes even when you walk away, you get a better deal because the guy will be like, all right, maybe I'll cut you a deal. The book's still around on a Sunday evening. He doesn't want to pack it up and take it home with him, right?
Exactly.
Let me ask you guys this question though. What I normally do is when I go to Comic-Con, I'll know where, like I said, where all the vendors are at, and I'll find out where all the artists are at that I want to get signed. And like usually, I'll take a stack, and maybe I might have like 15 books for this guy to sign. And then if I find out he's charging too much, I put some back, and I only get a few signed. But then what I like to do before I even get any of them signed is I go around and check all the prices, so that way I know. So then if this guy, let's say, who's only charging, let's say $2 a signature, and I've rented that before, and I've only brought him like $5, I'll go and hunt for more books that he's done so I can get more signed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've done that. So I'm just wondering, have you guys ever done that before? Like where you didn't bring enough for an artist, you found out he wasn't charging, or he was charging less. So now you're like, I only brought 5, I'm going to go find more. Do you guys go and try to hunt and find more of that person's book to take back to him?
Yeah, I always walk around. I never settle on that first price that I see. So not necessarily for artist signature, but also just to get that book and get the right price. And wheeling and dealing is a big thing too. Usually my favorite deal is when I just buy a shitload of stuff and can I get this for a discount price since I'm buying so much.
Much at once.
Yeah. And then of course Sunday at the last hour and a half, that's the best time to get deals. Oh
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
Because they don't want to pack all that stuff back.
Yeah. And the last thing I do at cons, and this is for the old people in the community, and AG Surfer has seen this. I don't use a backpack anymore because I just can't haul that stuff. So I use the luggage with wheels. So I can just go, I can put all my stuff in there. I can, hit people's legs when I want to.
Get them out of the way. Yeah.
Weapon of choice.
Courtesy bump.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah.
That was you, huh? Damn.
Yeah, that was me.
My buddy was using a cart, and he had, the edge would stick out, and that was nothing courtesy about that. That hurts. When he bumps into you with a little mini dolly, portable dolly, that doesn't feel good.
Yeah,
that's that Achilles heel crusher right there.
Yeah, that's a cripple you. And oh, there's that book I want. Click. Oh,
yeah.
I dig through the box.
That kind of goes 2 different ways though, because I've been clipped by a couple of you bag draggers before, and
That's brutal.
like legit, I got to the point I'm like, the next guy who does it, I'm kicking their box.
Yeah,
Get out of that box.
I'm gonna take their little kid. I'm gonna take their suitcase. I'm running.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll have to kick that thing and do like they just punted Baxter. Poop.
Yeah.
Things flying.
To the winner go the spoils.
I'm not always a pleasant person at a con because I don't like crowds, which is a really bad thing for cons. So I don't like being kind of constricted where you're walking down an aisle and there's like 50 people and then there's the guy with a giant cosplay walking by you and then they're like, get out of his way, and I'm just like I'm fuming because I lost out on a great deal somewhere else and then just and then that guy with the bag. Wheels on wheels hits. Let's go.
God, I feel so old.
You get roughed up by an oversized cosplayer, then here comes the Meals on Wheels to knock off the block. That's a hell of a Comic-Con, right? Yeah.
So Fourway, I'm gonna tell you that I hella feel you when you say that, like, because I don't like being around big crowds. Like, it's not my favorite thing. Like, I gotta be in the right mood and I can turn it on. Right? Like, I can talk to people, I can schmooze, but it takes energy and it gets draining. And being around all that, and then especially like around the big crowds when you have to maneuver and like make yourself. I'm a big guy. Like I'm I'm wide, I'm broad shouldered. I take up some space, right? And people are like, move. I'm like, I don't know where the fuck you want me to go.
You,
Like,
you get a 120-pound guy going to move, and I'm like, I'm a Mack truck. Get out of my way. You know?
yeah, dude, like, there's nowhere to go, bro. You move. Like, I'm not moving. Like, there's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
And then it gets stressful. Like, I mean, I'll be honest, it gets a little stressful, you know, especially if you got your backpack and you got these fragile collectibles that are made of paper.
Yeah.
You know, like, it gets stressful, dude. Like,
which kind of brings me to another point.
Yeah.
Bring something like this, like a little.
Hold on. Let me highlight you. Let me highlight you. Let's see it.
Yeah, store folio.
A little store folio, whatever. It doesn't cost me very much. This one actually, I won off of Eddie the Comic Guy. He made this custom for me, and I've been using it ever since.
Eddie's the man.
It's gone through the ringer or whatever, but it keeps my books safe. If I drop them, it's still like, but you don't feel quite as bad because it's still safe in this thing, and people aren't going to step on it because when they see it, they're like, "Oh, what's that?"
No, thank you for showing that, because I have one of those too. My brother hooked me up with one, and I take it with me every time I go to a Comic-Con. I put my my certain books that I know I don't want to get, don't want to handle them more than once, and that's usually like ones if I get done by Mike Zack or something like that, or for a book I know it's worth a lot more than the rest of my stack that I'm bringing, which is usually a short box. I'll throw it in that little carrying case, and that actually saves me from having to jobble through all my stuff to figure out which books I have and where they're at. So yeah, that's a good idea. Thanks for sharing that with us.
I was looking. I wanted to share. Actually, Eddie the Comic Guy made me one too. He made me a Wolverine one.
Yeah.
He didn't make me one, man. I'm the only one that's out.
I got one.
Yeah, see? I bet everybody on the panel's got one except me. And me and Eddie, we're like this.
No, I haven't gotten anything from Eddie the Comic Guy.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I'm sorry, CBA.
I won a contest though, so I mean,
oh.
it wasn't because he was like, "Hey, let's do some Mike." He probably was like, "Where are you from again?" Oh God.
Yeah.
No, Eddie's a great guy, man. I'm glad that Eddie's.
That guy better not show his face today, huh?
Because then he's gonna be like, "Wait a second, I missed two people."
Doom made a great point as well, talking about like even bring some of your books you wouldn't mind selling or trading it to the con as well.
Yeah. That's true.
That'd be a couple of short boxes.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you guys: have you guys ever done that? I never have personally. Have any of you guys ever done that? Have you been successful with that?
I've only done it when I was getting a book signed for a friend or somebody I knew wanted, that was looking for a signature that maybe doesn't see that artist or, or writer, let's say. Then if I know I got a book, I'll get it done for him that way. But I've never really taken one and thought about selling it.
Or trading it to a vendor for something else?
I've never done that.
I have.
But that's a good idea, though.
Yeah.
I had Edge of Spider-Verse #2 slabbed.
Nice.
The first slab I ever got. It came back in 9.8, and this is back when it was still early. And I brought it with me because I'm not a slab guy. Very very much. I'm like I doubled my slab collection just recently, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But
Or you can't say I'm not a slab guy when you're on a show called Sigs, Slabs, and Contalk.
Well, I got the Sigs, I got the Contalk.
Okay, all right. You're good then.
As of this month, I'm officially a slab junkie. So
there you go.
Again, we'll get into that. But I like reading my books. I like going through them, making sure that from time to time that nothing's wrong with them.
Right.
So, and I like Silver Age stuff. So first appearance of Spider-Gwen doesn't really mean that much to me. So I was really hunting for a copy of Avengers #9, the first appearance of Wonder Man.
Oh.
And this guy, I wanted to make him a trade, and he just kept lowballing me. And so I just moved on. Like I had the book, I wanted to trade it, but he was like, "Oh, I'll give you $60 for it." I'm like, $60? That's what it costs to slab the book in Canada, So yeah, it didn't end up working out, but I ended up trading it down the road for a bunch of Silver Age books. So
there you go.
Yeah, that's
you know who does that a lot? Who I I respect his hustle. Like I wish I could. Like I can't bring myself to do it the way he does. Is Evan Jellin.
Yeah.
So there was a while where he's up in Northern Cali, like Sacramento, kind of closer to you, AG. He's out there in that area.
Probably, yeah.
But he comes down because there's a shop over here that he likes, and so he comes down and we kind of hook up once in a while. We'll go hunting here and there. We'll meet up at cons, and man, I'll tell you, that guy, he has his collection. He's ready to buy, sell, trade, like all of it. He hustles, dude, and he comes out. Usually, he comes out ahead. Like I don't know how he does it. Like I just like I'm in awe of watching the man work. Like he knows his prices, he knows what he wants to do, and it's all up here. Like it works good.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And he works with that old stuff too, that really vintage stuff.
Yeah, he does gold and silver. Like he works with that stuff.
And there are a couple of those guys that are just they're not especially attached to a lot of their books, so they're able to go up and do it. Like for me, like the books that I buy are generally books that I get attached to pretty fast.
Right.
There's stuff like I picked up this week, and if I found out that all of a sudden that this was a key book or whatever, then it would be gone within not too long. I'm not attached to it. I got it to read it, but if I bought a Silver Age book, it's harder for me to get rid of. So I don't have that discipline to be like it's going towards a better book, even though like I could. If someone came up to me today and they were like, if you gave me half of your Silver Age collection, I'll give you an AF-15, I'd still be like, oh, I don't know,
Yeah, that's a tough.
I'm laughing, but I agree. Like I 100% agree, and I'll go even further. I like how you said, you bought that certain book that you just showed up to read, but I'll tell you, these days, if I'm buying it, it's because I have some kind of attachment to it, because it's a character I like, because it's a storyline that I'm attached to. So it's still hard to give them up, unless I have a double.
Yeah.
Right.
For me, I mean, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, unless you have a double, I don't buy doubles. That like I'm not a double buyer. I the only time I ever get a double is if I'm upgrading a book, And for me to upgrade a book, it's got to be a book that I really want badly. Why spend $200 on a book that I'm upgrading when I could spend that $200 and get a book that I don't have?
That's a good point.
And so a lot of I when you see what is it, multiple copy Mondays or whatever on Instagram. I have no multiple copies of anything. I think the most I have is I got like 15 copies of X-Force #1, and nobody wants to see that,
Well, you can always take a book and put it next to a mirror, make it look like there's two.
There you go.
But it looks like you have two left hands, But yeah, I don't really get doubles myself unless it's like a run that I know I want to read, and I want to at least have one copy I didn't touch, and one that I don't mind if I let's say fold the page, which I never do or anything like that. But there's only certain titles I will keep on 2 pull lists, and that's Spawn right now, Venom, and Spider-Man. Just because there's been a lot of heat with a lot of the Spider-Man books coming out, a lot of heat with a lot of Venom as well. And it's not that I sell my books. I always think that someday I will, but it's just I don't know. I just think it's just for me. I have more peace of mind if I know I have one that's off this side that I'm not going to touch, and then one that I can definitely thumb through. But then on that, if I'm going out and buying back issues, I make sure I don't get doubles. I don't need to. But then there are certain covers, like you were saying, Chulo, that you'll get because you like the character, and you might want to get multiples because you're like, okay, especially if you can get it at a good price. Like I find a lot of my books for $1, a lot of times. I won't really buy a double of a book if it's like anywhere, $15 or more. I won't do that unless it's a key issue and I'm like, okay, I really want to read this story, but then have a good copy off to the side. So
yeah, I've done that too. Definitely, I've done that. Now I tend to, if I know I only want one copy and I want to keep the other book pristine, I'll just read it online. I'll just go ahead and read it online.
Yeah, I used to get doubles a lot because if I go to a convention, I'm afraid that one of them is not in good shape. It's that stupid fear of missing out thing. I'm going to get one copy, it's a crappy copy. So I always buy 2. That's just really just a waste of money. So one of the don'ts that I have for Comic Cons is you don't buy a comic book from a vendor without taking out from the bag. You got to assess the condition.
Mhm.
So always look at the back, look at the inside, look for the dinged corners and stuff, because you never know. I mean,
Yeah.
you hate to buy a comic book and then realize later that there's like 4 pages missing. That was
I think
Yeah.
that's an excellent point. But I would
Yes.
say I would warn everybody to use proper etiquette, especially if it's a wall book. Say, hey, are you cool with me popping this out and looking through it? Because you don't want to
Yeah.
just start doing it. And some of the vendors get, they get kind of touchy
yeah.
about stuff like that.
Yeah, when
And
it's
I-
a little
and
pricey book.
And
Yeah.
understandably so, right? Like, I mean, if it's a pricey book, you don't want just some like rando like rummaging through it and possibly messing it up, right?
Yeah.
So
I always ask, regardless of the cost of the book, I'll ask if I want to look at it. I'll say, hey, do you mind, is it okay if I open this up, take a look at it?
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. Regardless if it's $1 book. I mean, if it's a 50-cent book, I guess you just take it out. Or sometimes they have books. They have books
Even
that
then, I would always ask. I mean, that's
Yeah.
Just ask. It's etiquette. Definitely.
Or I asked them to, can you open it up for me and show me the inside?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's another way. Yeah, that's another way.
Especially
was
when
a-
you're spending
I was
that
about
money.
to give a shout out to Big Meow Meow, and I see that Fourway beat me to the punch quick in the
He
chat.
did, yeah. I was
So
like,
what's up?
type
What's
it in
up,
there
cat?
too. Big kitty cat.
What up, Big
Let's-
Meow Meow? Thanks for joining us, brother.
Another Clayton Crane guy.
Yeah, man. He just, if you guys haven't seen it, you guys are watching this show for whatever reason live on the Rewind, please check out Big Lion Cat 646. He just put out a video. Him and Murph, they just got their submissions from Crane back. And if you can actually watch his previous video, we went to go see, me and AG went to go see Crane ourselves, and we had our own stories. So it was really cool, especially for me and AG, to like sit there and watch Big Lion Cat's video and hear him tell the story of his experience and like how things were the same and how things were different. It was just a trip. So
Yeah.
you guys get a chance, check out both of those videos. Like, that was really cool. What up?
The other don't that I have for conventions is, I like to take pictures with cosplayers. I do selfies, so you don't want to touch them. I hear that a lot, so I never touch them.
Oh, yeah. Touching cosplayers. Yeah, I've done that in the past where I've gone up, and of course I ask as well. I mean, I'll say, hey, can I get a picture? And they'll go, do you want a picture with me or without me? And I'm like,
I keep both hands on the camera.
Both hands on the camera. I figured, for me, I figured it's fair game. The moment they touch me, I could touch them. Then it's just a matter of where the touch is at. I'm not the first to instigate.
As long as you're being like a gentleman about it, you can put your hand around a waist or whatever, around the shoulder.
Yeah, just
you're not going down grabbing nothing.
Yeah.
Well, my daughter one time.
That's Tat.
Yeah. Well, no, that's not me. No. I went to a Comic-Con one time, and there was a girl. She was dressed as Harley Quinn, and I had both my daughters with me, and my youngest daughter knew who Harley Quinn was. So she asked the girl. She says, "Can I get a picture with you?" And the girl goes, "Sure." So as my daughter was going to kind of get close, and my other daughter, she goes, "No, wait, you can't touch me." And I'm just thinking, okay, I thought that was kind of weird. Never heard that. And then she goes, "Because this is painted on." And I go, "Oh yes, I'm all sweethearts, don't touch." So that's the time, you know what I'm saying? So my daughter didn't get that, but I had to say, "Sweetheart, just put your hands to your side." She'll kind of, put whatever, because she had like the big hammer and everything like that. But yeah, she had everything painted on, and I was like, "Oh wow, that's a nice costume." Click. Just keeping this one.
I had the same thing happen. There was a guy in a Green Lantern that was completely painted on, except he was wearing like a little banana hammock.
And, yeah. Oh gosh.
Interesting.
Was he
It was a great costume. Pink job, I guess.
So was he carrying the lantern down there, just walking around? Bling! Gotta check the battery. It's like, dude. Yeah. Oh man.
I like cosplayers, but sometimes there's just too much of them. There's like. I don't know, 3 times more than you really want. The few that I see every now and then I want to take pictures with, that's good enough. But then you see some silly people out there, and it's like, God, why did you even show up?
Yeah.
Yeah, like bronies.
Yeah.
Oh, not the bronies.
Well, you mentioned something really good there, though, CBA, because there are a lot of times especially at the ones I go to in Portland, there's the artist alley. Then there's where you have besides the artist alley, I'm sorry, you have the vendors and you have other ones that sell pops, whatever not. Those alleyways are really thin. You got these people cosplaying. If they're just wearing let's say a costume that you could buy at a store, that's one thing. They could squeeze through those little areas pretty nicely. You don't get banged into, and there's not a lot of people stopping right there and taking pictures. Like you were saying before, Fourwayflashers, it's like they'll block you away. And you're like, God, I can't get over there now. I won't be able to get to those books in time, kind of thing. So I think what they should do for cosplayers is that they should just tell them right off the bat, hey, don't go down this way. It's going to be hard for you to maneuver around. You're going to be banging into people and stuff like that. Why don't you stay over in this big area over here? People can come by and take pictures of you. You know what I'm saying? But they walk down those thin aisles in these big costumes, which look great, but they just block everything. They make it hard for you to get around. If you got a backpack on, if you're pulling your suitcase, it just makes it a pain in the ass. Pardon language, it does, and it just sucks for me because that's when I feel like I'm getting squished, and I'm like, okay, I can't even get through this way, And there's the artist I want to go see, and his line was short. Now it's going to be long by the time I get there. That just sucks. So I think it'd be cool, if they had their own little area, where they can do that. That'd be great. Because then if you want to go see that, you can go over there and see that,
I think that there's two sides to everything. Like some of them are pretty respectful. They when they're doing their whole cosplay parade thing, they're out in the lobby area.
Mm-hmm.
But there are the people that are just like, well, I want to walk the floor too. I paid my $60 for the ticket, and
yeah.
And unfortunately, those are the people that I hate because they're just taking up the real estate.
Yeah, so, that's what I'm saying. They're going down a way where they're actually going to make it worse for them, especially if they turn around and bang something. Let's say if they go walk by Andy Granoff table and knock over one of his portfolio books. That's a lot of money you're going to be paying him. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why not just stay in an area where it's wide open? Especially the ones that are they make these elaborate costumes from all these video games and stuff like that, or Dragon Ball Z and things like that. I've seen some really cool cosplayers before, but I've even seen those people. They stay in the bigger open areas where they're not blocking anybody. They don't have to worry about anybody running into them.
Yeah.
Because this guy, he made his whole suit as Galactus, and it was sick. I mean, he was this tall guy dressed up like Galactus. He had a little Silver Surfer floating off to the side. It looked really cool. And I watched him through most of the con, and he really stayed in the areas where it was really big and open, where no one would bang into him, and he could take pictures with anybody. And then I'd see him he'd go and take off, his costume. Then he'd go and get his books, whatever signed, and then he'd come back and he'd be dressed up as something else, as Iron Man, which I thought was pretty cool. This guy had some elaborate cosplay stuff, but it's just I think he looked at it as okay, I paid the money, but I'm still able to walk the floor. I'm still able to get the attention that I want to get from these people instead of walking right in the way and you can't even get past him now, which pisses me off.
So I'll pose a cosplay question to you guys. What's the best cosplay you guys have seen?
Ooh. I'll go last.
You go last?
I'll go last.
I guess Mary Marvel, because she had the 1950s hair and it was spot on, and she was really cute, and she took a selfie with me. And I've seen really elaborate costumes, like what Tat was saying, with the big Godzilla tail or the big alien head. And those things can't possibly be comfortable. I mean, they got to be sweaty. I think. Yeah, that Mary Marvel was awesome. You hardly see that character. There's a lot of Harley Quinns, but you hardly see a Mary Marvel out there.
Did you guys ever watch that TV show Community?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Greendale human being? That was their mascot.
Oh, was that their mascot?
Yeah. And I was at a con one time and I saw the guy dressed up as the Greendale human being, and oh my god, I was dying laughing because it was just it's something that you see guys, they're always like Wolverine or Superman or Batman, a lot of Batman. But you never see the Greendale human being.
I've never seen a good Black Widow out there. I've seen Black Widows, but
I've seen one.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
just
I've
don't
seen
fit the
more.
costume right. You know, it just doesn't look great.
Yeah, I've only seen a few Black Widows, and it was the classic Black Widow with the, the black outfit, the
Okay.
gauntlets,
I haven't
and
seen
the red hair. That could have been Chicago, could have been Portland. But yeah, you're right. The Black Widow's kind of definitely a hit and miss. The Harleys were out there everywhere because when Harley Quinn hit, everyone's doing a Harley Quinn. But the Harley Quinns, there was a different type. There was the Jester style, which was pretty cool. One guy was really nice with the Jester style, and then there's the monster, Daddy's Little Monster, from the movie. So that was, and yeah, some of them pull it off and some of them don't. But the Batman's, Superman's, and I know Tat mentioned Galactus. I do remember seeing a nice dude about that same guy with Galactus outfit. And I thought that's really cool. Punisher, Spider-Man.
I've just been kind of going through some of the photos to see some of the better ones that I've seen, and the Greendale Human Being. There was one guy
That's
that here is Dark Helmet.
Oh, Dark Helmet. Damn.
Yeah. It was pretty good. Like I said, that guy who painted himself up as the Green Lantern. With banana sack. Banana hammock. And I've got a picture of like the world's worst Jon Snow.
Oh.
When Cholula gets back, hopefully
he can screen share.
I'll screen share some of these pictures that I've taken.
Okay.
Yeah,
there's
that's a whole other show too, right? We could show cosplay situations.
Me and my brother got one of a guy dressed as Robin. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That guy was, oh no, dude, that was terrible. That was terrible. But you never said which one was your favorite one, AG.
Well, it's probably the one of my earlier photos with I got one with Vampirilla, and then I got one with these were gals that were dressed somewhat provocatively. One was a stormtrooper, one was Vader, and they're the ones that and my wife actually took the photo. They were the ones I was like, hey, can I get a picture with you guys? I wanted to get a picture of them. I saw them walking by. So they stopped and they said, well, you want to get in it? And I looked at my wife and she's all, it's cool. She took my camera. It's just a photo. And so I stand in between them, and that's when they put their arms around me. And I think maybe my wife got a little upset. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll put my arms around them. I didn't initiate it because my wife's right there. But,
I initiated.
But I mean, it was still that was pretty cool. I mean, but that was like the first couple of conventions I'd gone to. After that, it was like I see them. It's not. I don't know. It wasn't like I do that too much anymore, or hardly at all, because it's like I'm just if I'm focused on getting the autographs, and I want to go look for books or hunt for, try to get those nice deals on the dollar books, 50-cent books, whatever. If you're trying to feel like I'm working on some Uncanny X-Men or Thor or Cap, and you get those guys on a Sunday when they don't want to haul their stuff away, and you're just, as CBA mentioned, and I'm usually there till they're on the speakerphone. You've got an hour left of the con. Get out.
Get out.
On a Sunday, I'm sitting there until the lights go out and the vendor's packing up. And then he goes, the vendor's like, I'm like, hey, am I still good at that? I keep looking. I'm just still packing. I said, I work for you, right? So in case they come around and ask, goes, yeah, you're fine. Because he knows it's all about the money. He's like, I'll take your money.
Yeah.
My favorite time to get deals at the cons is Friday night and Sunday at the end. Those are the times, I think. Because Friday there's hardly anyone there, and on Sunday, they're just trying to get rid of the books.
Yep.
Yeah, they brought all that material. They brought all that stuff there for a reason. They brought all that merchandise and all that for a reason. So on Sunday they don't want to haul it all back. They're like, hey,
right.
I brought all the stuff here to sell. It may not be the top price I'm asking for it, but I'm getting something for it.
Yeah,
that's up to them.
Well, I want to like for my favorite cosplayer I saw. Well, the one I got to meet was really cool. Was Chewbacca, the guy who actually plays Chewbacca. He came to a Comic-Con and it was I got a couple pictures with him, which was great. But my favorite cosplayer that I saw dress up, I was gonna say Rogue, because this girl, she didn't look too bad in the costume. I was like, okay, she definitely fills it out nicely. Rogue's my favorite character. But then I saw a girl walk by dressed as Black Cat, and I was like,
ooh, Black Cat!
Dang,
about Black Cat.
That's hard.
Black Cat's nice. I've had a couple nice Black Cats.
Because not only did she have the mannerisms down, but how she walked and everything. It's like she totally put herself into the character. which then made me like it even more. You know what I mean? It wasn't like she was just like painted her face and walked around, I'm black cat, I'm black cat. You know, she actually had a look to her. But the funniest one was when I went to the Portland Comic-Con, and my brother here, he hooked it up where a couple of I don't know, at least one of our old friends was going to show up, which I didn't know about, and then my cousin was there. So we're all kind of, we met up with my cousin, we're hanging out with him and his wife, and he had his daughter there, and we're just talking and stuff. And I had long hair. My hair was at least down to here. I had my full beard, mustache, I had my beanie cap on, and I was just talking, you know, about like how I was at work, and somebody, you know, came up jokingly, said, "Hey, my wife likes your TV show," and I'm just thinking, what? And I thought, oh yeah, Duck Dynasty. They thought I looked like the dude Chase or Jess, you know, Justin. So I'm talking to my brother and about that story, and my cousin right there. We're all laughing, and I kid you not, this guy who worked at the Comic-Con, he comes walking up and he's kind of looking at me. He's kind of to the side and he's looking at me. He goes, "Hey man, can I ask you a question?" I go, "Yeah, what's up?" And he goes, "Are you that guy from Duck Dynasty?" And I go, "Oh shit." I go, "Well, yeah, right. No, I'm not him," you know. But I thought that was the funniest thing.
You should have been like, I totally am.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but then, you know, I
wanted his autograph.
Yeah, I just thought it was funny because here, I mean, literally, when you're at a Comic-Con, if anybody goes to a Comic-Con, the only time it's really going to be quiet enough where you're not having to yell, or, you know, everybody around you is going to be able to hear what you're saying, is maybe when you're in the actual garage where you park your car. But when you're inside a con, you know, you're talking to somebody, not everybody's going to hear you. So this guy, there's no way he could have heard me talking about what just happened. And then as soon as I finish that story, he comes up and does it. I just started laughing. My cousin was cracking up. He thought that shit was funny. And I go, there you go, you know. But I just thought that was like cosplaying. Yeah, but I wasn't trying to. That's the thing. I was just wearing a beanie cap and all that stuff. So it was hilarious.
Could have got away with it.
Yeah, I probably could have. I probably could have got, you know,
signed it.
Could have got a hotel. Yeah, sign his forehead. But yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yeah, I guess, you know, just most of the time it's all about preparation before you go to the con, and like I know with Cholula and even Fourway, and I think most of us agree. Most of us, it's like we don't care. Like that's the weird thing. Like I don't want to be in a big crowd. I don't care for big crowds. But you have to have that mind. You know, before I go to the convention, I got to just set my mind straight and go, okay, be prepared for crowds. And then if it's not as bad as I thought, then I'm okay. But be prepared that this is going to be really crowded. And then it's just a matter of, you know, just trying to navigate through it and get to areas where you feel comfortable, you know, and get away from those crowds. And you know, don't like at one point you just look because you're curious. So why is there a crowd? Oh, is it because that person? Okay, and then you go or something, or you come back, look later. But it's usually that's never the case. It's like, again, I go in with a plan to, you know, look for certain artists or like even as Tat had stated, you know, you do a perimeter walk that perimeter first. You get an idea of where the exits are at, restrooms, how things look, the layout. Mm-hmm. You know, where's Artist Alley? Where's all the vendors?
Where you can sit. You know, like
the places you could sit and rest that look good. You could, you know, put your material, you know, get your books, prep them out, get things ready, whatnot. Take a break. Yeah.
Best place to find those tables are the ones where you see people playing the card games, because usually those don't fill up, and you can go seriously sit down on one of those tables, let your books sit out to dry if you're using paint pens or whatnot, or, you know, to reshuffle your stuff. And like you just said, Fourwayflashers, be able to sit down and relax for a little bit. Those tables are always open, usually.
Wow.
Well, the older I get, the more I hate lines. So lately I've just been testing Saturdays. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was much younger, I wouldn't mind. I would go in any line. I would be patient. Now
honestly, that's the reason I didn't meet Stan Lee, because I didn't want to wait the entire day in a line. And because I generally only go to one day of a con, right? So, and you know, I had to weigh it out really, really, really hard. Do I want to meet him, or do I want to enjoy the rest of my day and not stand in a line?
Yeah.
And I thought by the end, I'd probably get up there and I'd be like, "Hey, Mr. Lee," and he'd be like, "Hey, okay, here you go," and then that would be it. And I didn't want that to be my con experience.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's a great point too. Yeah, it's tough when you've got one day compared to a few days. You know, you've got to make that decision. Do I go and try to enjoy stuff, or do I spend all day with this one individual?
Yeah,
right.
Well, it helps if you're with somebody. First time I met Stan Lee, I was with my best friend. So it didn't hurt so much waiting in
It'd
line.
be nice to have friends.
Yeah, no,
Come
that's
on, man.
that's definitely got to be. I mean, that's like what I mean. That's huge. I mean, to go with someone, whether it be your significant other, and they're just involved into it as you are, or they're there, they're there to put up with it and help you out, or you're there with a best friend, as CBA had mentioned. Yeah, that takes a lot off. That takes the edge off, and that makes the day obviously a little more easier to tolerate and go by a little quicker.
Yeah.
But it also depends on who you're going with, because my comic experience going with my wife is totally different than going with my brother.
No,
she doesn't particularly want to stand in the really long lines, whatever. And my brother's just like, yeah, I'll do whatever, he doesn't care. So,
yeah.
Oh, I know. Yeah, the wife. And then I know the wife can definitely get tricky because when you're talking money and she's right there. So, yeah, I definitely don't try to be as loose with the money when she's around. When she's not around, then I feel like I have a little more flexibility, but at the same time, I'm not trying to be stupid about it. I'm definitely not trying to go to the ATM and pay a fee or use any of that stuff. If I run out of money because I bought I bought a couple books too soon, and then I see something later, I go, well, I shouldn't have bought those books on Friday. I should have waited for Sunday.
Yeah.
That's just those things you learn, and then you learn from, and hopefully the next time you go, you realize, okay, like some of you guys had mentioned, let's wait, kind of pace the money out a little better. Don't just blow it all one day. Spend it over the time frame that you're there.
Yep.
But generally speaking, I'd rather go to a con by myself because I'm more flexible and I don't have to.
And you're right. Sometimes going to the con by yourself is a whole nother experience unto itself, because you don't have that like, what do you want to do? You just do what you want to do. If you want to get in a ridiculous line to spin a wheel to win a prize, you're getting that wheel to spin the wheel and win a prize. You don't care about what anyone else thinks.
Oh yeah. Well, like the first time I think I did go to a Comic-Con one time by myself. I mean, I met up with my brother, but I went to a con one time by myself, and it was nice to not have to like look over my shoulder and say, do you have to use the restroom yet? Or I don't have to use the restroom right now, so I'm good. Or I'm not hungry right now. I can still go about another 4 more hours.
Yeah, I'm not even thinking about food. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's way different. But then at the same time, when I did take my son with me a couple of times, it was nice because then I knew, if I needed a book to be held, he'd hold my book for me. Or, if he was looking for something, I'd help him find it, or he'd help me find it. But then he would start to eat when I would eat and stuff like that. So it made it great. He was like my right-hand man right there. And my wife went to a con me at least twice, and she had fun, but she said to her after a while it was boring because she didn't get to really walk around and enjoy everything that was there for her to see. But she was stoked to meet Stan Lee, which was great. I was like, right on, my wife's into this, she's into me and Stan Lee, which we did. But yeah, it's a whole nother experience when you go by yourself, because then you don't have to answer to nobody. Like you said, if you want to spin a wheel to win something, by God, man, you could spin 3 wheels. It's like, okay, I'm here all these places, which makes it fun. Takes an edge off.
AG, you were talking about the watching the money and stuff, so I kind of wanted to change the subject just a little bit.
No worries.
This here is a little bit of a con trap, I find. Con exclusives. Where do you stand on that?
Yeah, you know what? I did. I don't know that I got caught up too much in them, but I did buy a few. Like I went to Sacramento. I went to Sacramento Wizard World years ago. There was Greg Horn exclusive Wolverines, and I want to say they're like $20, $25 a piece. And so usually for 2, for a set, it's like it can run from $50 to $60 or something for 2 books. Those are the ones I purchased, and it's weird though. I know when you go to conventions, they have the convention exclusives. They might have a booth or something set up. There's like where they're selling the T-shirts, and the products there, and it's supposed to be con exclusive. I've had a hard time finding those spots, and I just gave up on looking for them. I'm like, well, if I see them, I see them. I'm not really here for them. But then when I've gone to Greg, go to Greg Horn's table, he's got everything there pretty much. And most artists too, even like Zach had some exclusives. Some were a year old or some were current, some were older, and the prices were reasonable. So it's like, okay, maybe I'll buy this one and have them autograph it real quick. Yeah, the con exclusives I don't try to get too caught up in, just because of money, I guess. And then It just depends how good the cover is and if you like the story.
Mhm.
You know? But it definitely is nice going with one person, as you guys talked about too. I know. Well, things like I've been fortunate. The most of the cons I've gone to, I've met up with CBA, I met up with Cholula, and so I'll go to the con by myself for a few days, or I've got a buddy that might join me. But yeah, it's when you're there, and it's like, okay, you can just kind of do a lot of stuff and take care of things, and still have time to meet up with these other guys and talk with them, and you know, you can wait in a line together, or you could say, hey, I'm going to go wait in line for this, and then, oh, would you mind taking some of my books too? I'm going to be over here, and you say, no problem, and you grab your buddy's books, and you say, okay, you know, handle that for him while he's over there doing this. So that's always a nice trade-off with having some folks like that, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always cool to see someone there that you know. But generally speaking, doing a con by myself, I always have my own agenda. You know, I want to go to that vendor again, and then later on again, or I want to go to see that artist right after he's done with his lunch, and I'm going to stand in line there till he gets back, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, because I put off my lunch. I don't want to eat till I get that autograph or something like that.
Yeah, and now you're at the head of the line, right? I mean, you're within like the first 5 people, if not the number 1 spot. So you're like, I'm going to get this handled, because when I cruised by earlier, the line was 50 people deep. I'll come back when there's no line.
Yeah.
And you'll wait. And
I did that for Adam Hughes.
Oh, Hughes.
Yeah.
Oh God. And he has such a fast signature too. You wonder why his lines take so long.
I know. Well, I was considering getting a sketch from him. I think at the time they were like $50, and then I think I was like 3rd in line, and I was watching him do these sketches. I was like, yeah, I'm not. Yeah. See, that one's actually probably not as bad as some of the other ones that I saw were, and I can't spend $50 on that, man.
This was way back when this was a 20 spot. This was $20 because it's just a quick. I mean, they all look the same. He does all the same.
They all look the same. Yeah.
The same silhouette, but it'll be a little different based on the character you choose.
And that's why I like going to some of the lesser known guys. I'll just pull some stuff off my wall now that we're doing some flexes here.
Yeah.
This guy right here was by a guy, Sam Agro, and he gave me $20, and it was
that's not bad.
I just told him I really like Curry, and I like the thing, so go nuts. And he was like, oh.
It's a lot of nice pencil work out on those lines.
I wish I would have got more. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, CBA.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, no, I was going to say, I wish I would have done more like what you guys have done with commissions. I really didn't do too many commissions except that one piece from Randy. So I think that's going to be the one thing I'm going to want to do when cons do come back around, is take some books or take something and get more commissions done.
Oh, definitely.
Because, it's just, that's what I think I missed out on.
Yeah, it'll change your world, because I remember when I started going to cons, I went to get celebrity autographs. I was that guy, right? Like I knew I wanted to buy comics, but I was going because I knew that Carrie Fisher was going to be at the con, and I wanted to get Carrie Fisher's autograph, or Billy D was going to be there, and I wanted to get Billy D's. Billy D. Big. But then the first time I saw a blank cover, and what they did on that, I was like, oh my God, you can do that.
Yeah.
And I was like, how much is that? He's like, I think the first one I bought was $80, and he's like, I was like, yeah, of course I'll spend $80. They're like, you're giving me actual art for
original art,
ridiculously cheap. Yeah. And now that kind of set a precedent for me. Nice.
Who did that? Clea by Tom Rainey.
Ooh, Tom Rainey.
I like Tom Rainey.
$20?
$20. Tom Rainey's artwork is good. Real quick though.
No, go ahead.
I just want to say, I hope that Chihula's backyard did not catch fire, because he said there was a campfire back then. He hasn't been back since. So I'm just thinking, like,
hopefully not.
Dude,
we don't want to see. Well, you don't want to see flames in the background.
No, that's what I'm saying. He probably forgot about us. He's having s'mores and doing all that.
Scared. Yeah,
something about that, man.
In that room should look the same way until he gets in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, as far as the sketches, I mean, I definitely want to move on to that in cons, and especially when Four Way showed off his, the collaboration piece of all the little sketches, the heads. I mean, that's phenomenal. And as I know, even CBA and Four Way has mentioned before, and I believe you have everyone has, even you, Tat. As far as go to those, spend time, walk around, get to those artists that aren't, you don't recognize them. They're not a big name, but look at what they put out on display on their table. And those are the guys, like you get to them before they become a big name, and they're only charging you $10.
Some of their pre-commission, like pre-show. I bought this for $10.
Oh, that's cool. That's a lot of detail.
That's more than $10.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah. Wow.
And it was by this guy Vince Sinoco. I try and remember all of the names of the guys that I get, because
better than me.
I don't think he's ever done anything.
Uh-huh.
But it was just when I saw it, I was like, I love Ben Grimm, man.
Yeah.
I had to get that.
I got this from a kid, totally unknown. I don't know who he was. He was just in Artist Alley, and he did this for me.
That's nice, though.
That is amazing.
That's really nice.
I just love the detail he put into it.
All the color, the detail.
He never did a blank sketch commission before, and I asked him, just have fun with it.
Well, see, I've bought prints, like this.
Yeah, I bought prints.
But nothing like you guys are showing, which would be cool. Because this Daredevil, I got plenty of stuff like that.
With the prints though, man, it's not that much more to get like original stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
By people that would surprise you. Like I was at the Niagara Falls Comic Con. It was the Toronto show, and Gerhard was there. I don't know if you know Gerhard.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I've always wanted to meet him.
That was $30.
Oh,
$30,
and that's and 30 Canadian, right? Like, so I mean that's like 25 cents your money.
Oh, we wish.
Yeah, there's this one too. I got off somebody one time.
No, but actually, when you guys, that's the thing. Like when you talk about going up to these folks and getting to do these sketches and these artwork that you haven't met before, I look at it on my big screen because I'm doing this on my phone. But when you guys are showing your artwork, I can see it way better on my big screen right over to mine.
Yeah.
So that's why I look this way. Oh crap! It's delayed.
Uncle Randy.
Yeah, like when you go to these guys' tables and stuff, and you get this artwork, and you go, man, I don't know who did this. I don't know. I forgot who did this, or whatever. Or I can't make out the autograph. What I've been doing is I've been like, if they've got a business card, I take a business card, or obviously try to get a photo with them or a photo of them, and take a picture of their table or something. Then you can kind of put the pieces together later at home or something and figure out who did it.
Who's that artist at?
This one's done by something Manny Matt, I think, or Danny Matt. Danny Matt, I believe.
Okay, so he's like an Artist Alley kind of person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
My daughter saw this; she wanted it, so I got that for her. And then I got my wife.
I swear to God, she looks like Sophia Loren.
Yeah.
Put that back up there, Tat. Let's see that again.
Yeah. He signed it to my daughter Ruby.
Yeah, that is Sophia Loren, huh?
It
ain't Dolly Parton.
No, ain't no Dolly. Ain't no Dolly. Maybe the bottom half. Oh gosh, yes, that's a cool one. Didn't Randy do that one?
Yeah, it's Randy.
That's sweet.
Santa my Uncle Randy.
All right, guys. I gotta pull a Cholula real fast. My kid just texted me. He's at a sleepover right now and he wants to come back home. So if you guys are back on, I'm just gonna leave myself up. But if you guys are back on, I'll join back.
Yeah, we'll still be here. I can show some more stuff. So I think y'all can. We're good. Yeah. Right, there's Jonathan.
That was weird. Just as Four-Way left, he shows up.
And then
he's gone again.
Oh, there you go.
Wait, how do we know Fourwayflashers isn't Jonathan and Jonathan isn't Fourwayflashers now?
Yeah.
They've never been in the same place at the same time.
Yeah. Hey, Jonathan, highlight my brother again. Let him show that book. I didn't get to see that one.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry,
That's
guys.
cool,
So just to let you know, today, like I was telling you before, it's my daughter's pre-birthday.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's her birthday, and she has like 3 friends over, but the parents are here now to like pick them up and take them. So I'm doing my rounds and saying hello and stuff. So
no, you're good, brother. You're good.
yeah, sorry. But here we are.
Oh, that's nice.
I think
That's Black Cat, right?
Yeah, this was the second, Randy Emblin. I got pencils, and I just said, "Hey, the tape is there because he's."
That's a Randy. That's dope.
Yeah, Randy Emblin. He personalized. Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I say he personalized it to me. That's why I put the tape over it. I'm not like Murph. I don't want him being personalized, but I could always, if I crack it open later, get it colored. I know Randy wouldn't have a problem. He would just take an eraser to it and scratch my name out.
So AG, when you get something done like that, how do you go about asking him? Do you show him a picture that you want him to copy, or do you say just go do Black Cat for me?
Yeah,
Just
this
go
one
with
I
it.
just said, just go with a Black Cat. And I think he'd asked me, it's like, do you want like original Black Cat or like a current Black Cat? I said original.
Mhm.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
he'll do whatever you want.
Hey, did Fourway leave?
He says he's
Yeah.
going to come back.
Yeah. And then this one, it's like he had a similar image of this one on some of the prints he was selling, Randy. And I said, hey, I really like the old school, like the first generation Harley Quinn. And he goes, oh, I can do one of those for you too.
Yeah, sometimes I give him a reference to work off of, or sometimes I say, "Can you just surprise me? Just have fun with it, do your best, and I'll pay whatever."
I'll pay whatever. Jeez.
And this one was at the
No, that's funny, Tat. You like the I'll pay whatever. I like the do your best.
do your best. Yeah. No pressure. Do your best.
Pick up Ruby.
Who did that?
This was that con we'd gone to, the SF con. We met Jim Starlin, and it was a big group of us. Gomez Comics, Evan Jalon, of course.
But
you guys were all there.
Who did that?
This is Ali Garza. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even remember him being there.
Yeah, he was there. He was sitting next to. He was off to the side from Ron Lim. Is it
all about Ali Garza and some other artists? You can email them before the con, and they can work on your sketch before you get there. So
that's cool.
What's cool about him?
Yeah, he's a nice guy, but he still owes me a sketch. So I'm kind of like, I've been waiting on it, and I'm like, This was the one I know Tat referenced before.
Yes, that one's awesome. That's Ozba.
Yeah, this was at this was Silicon Valley Comic Con. This is when Steranko was there, and I got out of Steranko's line and didn't get his autograph. And I was getting Victor Alzaba to do this for me.
Yeah.
So.
He
Is
forgot
that
to
the
put
year
the
we
star
met then?
on there.
That was the year before, huh? That was the year before.
That was the year. This was, yes.
Probably.
I think that was the year before.
Yeah.
The year before you met me.
Steranko was
But he
there. That
forgot
was
to
the
put
year
the star
before.
on
We met the
there.
year after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he forgot to put the star on there. My brother goes back, hey, can you put? He goes, oh gosh, he went back and drew the star. That was hilarious.
Yeah,
how am I going to go back and say something?
He was a very nice guy.
Yeah, he was really
Amazing
cool. He signed
guy.
a bunch of books for my son for free.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and speaking of artists, you
I
wouldn't.
guess who did that?
Speaking of guys you wouldn't know, this is by a gentleman named Robin Holston. So he hasn't really. He's an artist alley. I think he was doing more independent stuff, but he had this stuff out there. He already had all these pre-sketches, all the books, laid out that he had already done, so you could pick and buy. And this was the one I just bought off his table.
Nice.
But I went and had to go get before I purchased it. I said, hey, hold this for me. I'll be right back. Wanted to make sure I go get the rep, get a CGC rep, so I can get that yellow label.
Right.
Gotta get that yellow.
Yeah, I really dug the Wolverine, the style he did, and then.
I'm not taking no green home.
So because of this,
I don't want no green labels.
I don't want no green.
I like green. That's my favorite color.
Green,
yeah, Tat Green. Come on, man.
The other one was this one, another guy, and I think some folks have heard of him before. Steve Liddick. People that get a lot of sketches. There's a guy on Instagram that posts quite a bit from Steve Liddick. But that's his card back there. What is that?
Dope.
Yeah, that's a cool card sketch he did there. That's pretty sick.
I thought it was encapsulated in there for a second.
Encapsulated, no, son of a gun.
Wow!
I'd seen this spoof. this spoof, and I was like, I wanted to get the same thing. So it was an old sketch I'd seen someone get done, and I was like, I liked it.
That's funny.
Where Deadpool's giving it to good old Wolverine.
Yeah, he is. Look, he's getting from the back.
Hey!
No, he's just telling Wolverine.
No homo.
He's basically telling him, remember, because when Wolverine was on all the Marvels, sell the books. All of a sudden, it's like, where you been?
So real quick, I remember I bought some random like X-Men or Avengers book, and no, it was an Avengers book, and like Wolverine comes in and he's only in like 2 panels, but they show him walking by and 2 characters are having a conversation, and their conversation is interrupted by Wolverine walking by, and they're like, "What? Wolverine? What's he doing here? Oh, he's on this team. He's on this team too, I guess."
Yeah.
That's bad.
This was from Steve Liddick was selling this. It was already slabbed and everything, and he already had it at the table. And the big selling point was the everybody's favorite Rob Liefeld.
You've been holding out, dude. That's hella.
Yeah, but look at that though. He's wearing shoes, which is good.
Well, this is a Steve Liddick Deadpool.
Right.
And he had mentioned how Rob, Rob could be sensitive. He don't want to sign nothing. Especially if he had nothing to do with it, or if he didn't draw the art. So, but I guess him and Steve are on good terms, and he signed the book for Steve. So, and I figured I wasn't gonna. I mean, I go to the effort to meet Liefeld, and I thought, you know what, at least I'll have one of his autographs.
Yeah,
that's cool. So, yeah.
Even his signature looks like he can't draw a foot.
Well, I was almost offended because when I paid for it in credit card, and I signed the credit card bill. The guy goes, "Hey." He said he referred my autograph to Rob Liefeld. It's almost like Liefeld. I said, "Take that back."
Oh man, that's.
I was like, "That I'm not buying that book."
It's A.G. Liefeld.
Yeah, A.G. Liefeld.
Well, hey guys, would it be cool if I just show my haul real quick, and then I gotta go run and grab my daughter?
Yeah, I gotta run and do a bunch of stuff. Hold on, here you go. You're highlighted, Tat.
Okay, cool. Okay, then but then I gotta go grab my daughter real quick. So I went to my LCS, grabbed some back issue books, stuff I needed for my Silver Surfer run. So this is number 17. And my last haul that I got, some Silver Surfer books, I had actually an illustration cell in one of the things. So I got like a cool Silver Surfer cell from a cartoon. This is number 60.
So just like Ron Lim stuff.
Yeah, Ron Lim did a lot. This is number 67 for Silver Surfer in the 3rd volume. He did a lot of the covers for that. This is number 94. So I'm almost done with my Silver Surfer run. Alpha Flight, I wasn't sure if I had this one or not, so I grabbed it for $1. Let me see. Okay, then I found the Green Arrow book I needed for $1. I'm just trying to make sure. Oh, okay. I couldn't believe somebody pulled this out of their box and then he put it right up on top of the shelf with the wall books. But this is 1987 first Todd McFarlane art on Hulk series, 330.
Oh yeah.
So I got that for $9. It wasn't too bad.
Not too bad. No.
Nah, it was funny because as soon as he pulled it out and put it up there, I said, "I guess you're gonna have to fill that spot again because I'm gonna take it." And then this was what's in my pull box. This is the Web of Venom. Emperor's End. Null is coming.
Yeah, Null's coming. That just came.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. I guess this is the first appearance of this character. It's a new villain. I guess it's gonna be in the Batman series. That's what they told me.
Yeah, I forget what the heck he's called. White Owl or some crap. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't been reading it. I've just been getting it. I'm gonna go back and read it.
He's like a rip-off of Punisher and Moon Knight.
Probably. Yeah. And then here's Black Widow. And this one is Adam Hughes. Yeah. And I was hoping for J. Scott Campbell. But Adam Hughes, I guess I'll take it. Yeah. It's not bad. And then the Amazing Spider-Man 51.LR. It's the Last Remains. Yeah, variant. So we got that one. So when I go to my other LCS, I'll probably have a different cover for Spider-Man and that. But that's my haul. Of course, Chule is in back get to pull me off, so I can't leave now. Go get my daughter. Yeah.
No, just stop your cam and mute yourself, and then.
But then no one will see you guys.
That's all right. YouTube. At YouTube, we only got let's see, I don't even know how many people are in the chat. 4 or 5, and I'm one of them. So we got 4 people.
Well, let me see if I close up my camera.
Yeah,
without showing you guys.
Put an image, yeah.
But see now it just sees my circle. I mean, it sees my screen's black.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I won't do that. All right. So I'll leave this background here. You guys can talk. I'll be right back. I'm gonna turn off my mic though. That way, at least I got something to look at. Or I'll turn you guys not that way. Oh shit! There you go.
I'm back. I heard something was happening. I'm back.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
I gotta get going to get my daughter. I was about to show them some stuff so they can look at that and hear my brother and CBA talk. So I'll be right back.
Hold on? All right. Chat later.
I'll be right back.
Hey, so we're like at an hour and 14, and I'm jumping around. If you guys are down to stay on. I'm down to stay on and be jump back and forth. What do you want to do?
Well, do you have to go? I don't get it. Are you busy?
I don't get it either.
I'm good. I guess I'm good if everyone else is good. I mean, because my wife was funny. I said, she goes, "Your show tonight?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "She'll only be about an hour." She goes, "Oh, 2 hours?" So
yeah, she tells me that shit all the time.
I got a half hour before the 2 hour mark. Then I'll be in trouble.
All right. I'll be back, and I'm gonna leave you guys right here talking. I'll be right back.
No worries. I said there's only a few people in the chat. No one. Oh wait, there it is. Fourwayflashers says he's almost back. I think he says he'll stay. He's in the chat.
I'm gonna add him so that he's ready to be back when he's back, and I'll be right back, guys.
No worries.
Fine.
Bam, I'm back.
Oh, he's back.
For timing.
Yeah.
I had you guys on my phone while I was picking up my kids. So.
Okay. Where did you go? Like a next door neighbor?
My son was at a sleepover, and he didn't feel comfortable sleeping over the night, so I went and went and picked him up.
Nice.
I gotta say, I can't believe people actually do sleepovers nowadays. That's got to be a big decision, right?
It's all his school friends. It's all people that he's
been around
with, anyways. Yeah. So he didn't want to stay. He was wearing a mask the whole time, so whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. Hashtag bad dad.
Hashtag good dad. That was a good dad. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if you're on top of things, Mike, but we do have a new president-elect now.
I saw that. I'm so proud of you guys. Because from up the view up here, you guys are a odd steaming mess.
Well, it's all, everyone has different perspectives. Like, fortunately, me and AG, we have our jobs.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of people here who don't have any jobs, and I don't see how they have food.
Yeah.
And I've seen these long food bank lines, and I think you have them too up there, don't you, Mike? And one of the things that happened to me last week is someone got hold of my credit card number, and they were trying to buy food at a Walmart grocery.
Oh man.
And I'm here in California, and this is all the way across the United States in Arkansas. So the interesting thing is, and this is what I said to my wife, I just sort of got a raise, and I'm getting more money per paycheck because it's the end of the year. I don't have to pay as much for Social Security because that's maxed out.
Yeah.
So my paychecks have been kind of, plush. We probably could have afforded to give these people food. I mean, if I knew who they were, I would have said, "Here, take it." I mean, it was $377.
No.
That's a big chunk of change, but
God, still,
really,
if he's doing that to you, who else is he doing it to? You know what I mean? Like,
right. I mean, we didn't authorize it, of course. I mean, we stopped it, and that was a big mess to get it fixed. We had to change it. We had to swap out our credit cards, and then we went to what is that thing? Annual Credit Card Report.com. You can get weekly credit reports for free until April 2021, because things are such a mess here
right now. Yeah.
People are out of job, they're out of work, they have bad credit histories, they're behind on their mortgage or their payments or whatever, so they got to constantly check their credit reports. And Mike, I got to be honest, I've been thinking about you a lot because not in that way, but
thank you.
What I mean is as far as jobs and careers, because that conversation we had about retooling yourself and keeping yourself relevant and with your skills, that is just a constant worry now. But now that we have this new president-elect, I feel a little bit of relief. There's some hope now that you don't have to worry as much.
Well, like, again, the view from up here is different. It didn't look like you guys were doing anything based on science.
No, we were
Based
not.
on I know best, and I'm going to tell you what to do. I mean, like our prime minister, or don't like our prime minister, from the very beginning, he said, you know, social distance. They brought in the masks pretty early. We're actually legislated by our province to wear masks when we're out in public. So you know, everyone has kind of got on board, and that's really why we have as low numbers as we do. So
The other thing too, though, about Canada, though, is that if you don't want to work, you want to stay home. Canada's going to take care of you. That was what was
yeah,
going.
we had I don't believe it's there anymore, but from the start of the lockdown, when all those lockdowns started, we had what was called the CERB, and was basically stay-at-home pay. And if you were out of a job, they were paying you $2,000 a month. It wasn't a lot, but
Right, right,
enough to get by, you know, pay a couple of bills maybe, or some groceries or whatever. And so if you had two people off at the same time, you'd be able to like make your rent and have enough for food for the month. You know, you're not living a high lifestyle off of $2,000 a month,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it was there to help you out. Now the CERB is done, but people who are out of work are still getting unemployment insurance. So yeah, we're
Yeah, doing conventions and buying comic books. It's kind of like, is that really a priority right now? I'm still doing it, but I'm
but
not going
you're
to
lucky,
convention.
you're lucky that you can. You know, like you said, you're working, AG's working, so it's good. You know, like you're able to enjoy some more finer things in life than a lot of other people aren't. I'm sure there's ways that you guys have had to tighten your belts, and you know, again, like I have free healthcare, so I don't have to worry about getting sick or whatever. And I'm sure that's like a constant worry for you guys. Like like I don't know like what your healthcare plans are like. This is getting totally off of slabs and whatever, but like
That's all right.
it's like it's got to be a crazy worry, and like so it's stuff that I take for granted, and I'm glad I'm able to take it for granted. But yeah.
Well, it's just a hobby that I like, and I gotta have my comics, or else I'm not gonna have my mental health. I mean, I'm gonna go nuts here, staying home, out of circulation, not being able to go out. I wish there was a convention I could go to be honest with you.
Well, now that we're kind of on the topic of conventions, there was a small show by my place in Burlington. It was the first time this guy ever did it. It was the Burlington comic show. It was just a straight, flat out comic show. It was in a pretty small hall. It was at a hotel, and there might have been like 30 vendors tops.
Yeah.
And the whole talk on Facebook was, "Oh, who would go to that thing? Oh, I'm going to go to that thing. I don't care. I'm going to wear a mask."
Wear a mask, you'll be fine.
Yeah, and it's not that you wear a mask, you'll be fine. But I also work in a grocery store, basically, right? Like I work at a Dollar Tree, and I see upwards of 500 to 600 people a day. I'm not worried about a con. I just I wasn't in a rush to like go up and dig in a box if someone else was digging there. I just wait until he was done, and then once he moved on, I was, hey, look who's back.
Oh man. Sorry guys. Double duty. You guys know what's up.
So I was just telling my con story.
Yeah. Sorry. You go. Here, let me highlight you.
All right.
You're telling your story.
All right. So I had just recently sold. Everything's full circle. I had just recently sold my Clayton Crane autographed Venom book.
Oh, that's right. I remember you trying to sell it before.
Actually, here I'll quickly share my screen. This was the book that I got rid of, and I was I was very, very upset to let it go because it's a beautiful book. And
Oh my, that's going for a nice little hefty price nowadays too.
when I got it, I liked it, and I knew that he did that infinity signature, and I thought with the gauntlet, it would look awesome.
Yeah.
I realized that I could get $400 for it, which is what I got for it.
Nice.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, so
Is that really what it's worth? $400?
$400 Canadian, right?
Wow.
Yeah. So I had this little bit of extra money in my pocket, and I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. I haven't paid for a comic book in quite a while. My pressing business kind of pays for my hobby.
Nice.
So, but I knew I was going to sell this book to kind of upgrade. And so I went to the show, and the guys that I pressed for were actually there, which was part of the reason I was going. I went to their table, and they had a bunch of Spider-Man books that I hadn't seen before, and I was looking through. Okay, that's kind of cool. I said, I just got here. I saw you guys. I'm going to move on. I kind of move on to the next table, and about the third or fourth table that I went to was a table full of slabs. And again, I think I've made it pretty clear that slabs are not really my thing, but sitting on the table was this book. Excuse me. Sitting on the table was this book, and I just kind of, my eyes went wide, and I was like, oh my god, is this legit? And he's like, yeah, this is what it is. And so I looked at the price, and his pricing was really fair. But I just got to the show, so I did the I'm gonna take a walk around and make a decision.
Yeah, that's what
everything there was all modern, whatever, just stuff that I wasn't into. And so I went to him, and I'm like, all right, I'm not really into slabs, but I'll take it off your hands, but
I'll do you the favor.
I'll do you a favor. I'll take it off your hands. You got it. He had a price of $350 on it. And I said, you first of all, you got to take PayPal, because all my money's in PayPal right now. He's like, yeah, I can do PayPal, no problem. I said, and I got to have it for $300. He's like, yeah, all right. And so I got the book.
Wheel and deal. Jesus. Oh, God.
Now, for a 3.0, this is not the legit. This is the Golden Record reprint.
Beautiful book, though. Look at that.
Yeah, it is, and it's got the cool
look at that.
Oh, nice.
In there, right? So,
God of Thunder.
There's no way that I'm gonna be getting a legit Journey into Mystery.
Looks legit to me.
Yeah. And you know what? As far as I'm concerned, this is going to be my filler copy until I get the real deal. So that was the only book I bought at the show, but this doubled my slab collection. So now I've got two. I bought 2 slabs within the span of like 2 weeks. I think that officially labels me a slab junkie.
It's addicting. It is addicting.
I mean, it's not something I'm gonna be doing all the time, but yeah, I mean, I couldn't pass it up. The price was right. Yeah.
Is that the most you ever paid for a book? I mean,
is that the most I've paid for a book? Yeah, I think cash wise, that's the most I've paid for a book. I've done like some cash in trades.
Mm-hmm.
My Avengers #4 was probably the most expensive book that I've ever bought.
I
got another book. I did some pressing for the guy, and like I said, he had a bunch of Spider-Man books, and he had them back at the store, and I went through the stuff, and I picked up.
Oh, there you go.
Just it's not the greatest condition, but second appearance of the Scorpion, low issue Spider-Man, really nice to have in my collection. And then the last book that I got, I actually, this is another book that I paid for. I've been buying books. I kept saying I don't buy books, but in the last month I paid for books. I bought this Junker book. It is Marvel Double Feature #16. it doesn't have a cover on it, and I don't know if you can see some idiot on the bottom of it.
That's right.
And it's not going to focus.
No, we see.
And we can see Jack Kirby and Stanley.
Kirby.
Yeah, I think you showed us an image of it, but this is with you actually holding it in your hand.
Holding it, I finally got it in, and I got to tell you, it's better than it looks, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
That's my I got some of the timeless variants, but nobody wants to see those again. So.
Yeah, Murph kind of killed it with that. No, just kidding. Murph's got the whole thing, which is nice, man.
I'm going to make a video of the whole thing, but I mean, everybody wants to see the slabs and the Sigs, right? So
there you go.
Yeah,
good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Let me ask you. So you said that one's your filler copy until you get the real deal, right?
Yeah.
So when you get the real deal, when am I getting that filler copy?
Oh.
Well, when you have the actual copy and you're like, I'll take that in a trade.
Yeah. So just to let you know, I press books, so I can press some books for you, bro, if you want. Like,
you press books, yeah. I guess you missed that whole part where I don't pay for books anymore.
Yeah, he was away from the camera. Yeah.
No, I know. Trust me, I know. All right, cool.
It's a good gig to have. I mean, if you're not pressing books, press books, man, because
it's
good. What's the most AG surfers pay per book?
What? Oh man!
Hold on, bro. Hold on. Hey, man, come on, Ron.
Hey, I'll be right back. I gotta go.
Come on, bro. His wife is home right now. You can't be asking questions like that.
She knows.
Dude.
She knows.
Digging in my back pocket there.
She's watching the stream.
Happy birthday, Sue.
They say happy birthday.
Happy birthday, sis.
It's Cholula's daughter's birthday as well. Tomorrow.
Really?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
November 8th.
November 8th.
And actually, it's Comic Fan's birthday today too.
Oh, it's coming.
Oh, wow.
Happy birthday, Comic Fan.
Happy birthday, Comic Fan.
Shout out, Comic Fan. Happy birthday.
Yeah. November is a big month.
You're online or after?
Oh, man. I think they're figuring out some birthday plans over there. But so what's up, guys? Where are we at? Hey, let me. I'm gonna let AG figure that out, and we'll be back after these regular scheduled messages. But did we get a chance to talk some Crane, or are we still gonna do Crane? I don't know. What do you guys think?
Do what now?
We went over lots of topics.
She's fine.
Some of them off topic.
It got political in here for a hot moment.
Oh shit! I missed that.
You missed the politics.
Damn. I would have had fun with that.
I kind of got lost about what we're supposed to do next, though. We're at the hour and a half mark, and
well, if
we need to go.
If there was a book that I'd recommend anybody to read right now, definitely the Last Ronin was a really good read for me. I was talking to my brother and Jonathan about it before we actually went live, and it's actually not that bad. You definitely get to find out who the turtle is, and you get to find out the end, and it definitely left me wanting more. So I put it on my pull list today, and I'm gonna definitely get that series and read it. It was really good. Sorry, my daughter's in here, and there's my dog. Yeah, Last Ronin. If you guys haven't read it, man, definitely check it out. It's a good read if you're a Turtles fan.
Turtles, right? Yeah.
Hey, welcome back. Welcome back, AG.
Well, jumping in, closing out of here and coming back in, it says you can have up to 10 people in here, but don't tell Murph.
Here comes Murph.
Yeah.
Who?
Your favorite Mexican?
Never heard of her.
Never heard of her.
Never heard of her.
Murph.
Yeah.
I don't know, AG. I'm gonna leave it up to you. What do you think? We're at about an hour and a half right now. Oh, look at the doggy. What's up, doggy?
My dog Mandy. Mandy May. Yep, Mandy Man. Oh,
I mean, I leave it up to everybody if they're scheduled.
There's a song about that, right? Oh, Mandy, you came and you found. What's it? Who sings that song?
You came and you gave without taking.
Barry.
dude, you're
Barry
talking about
Manilow,
Barry
there you go.
Manilow,
He-
man. When I like when he sang it to Quagmire.
So you know why I know that song
Joe
is because of
Montana?
The Simpsons. The Simpsons,
For instance.
and he had a coworker who he had a crush on. Homer did. Her
Yep.
name was
Uh-huh.
Mindy, and he did a parody of the song. Oh, Mindy, you came and you something and something.
Okay.
Maybe
It's
some-
something.
maybe
No,
some
but-
bacon.
Give you some bacon.
See, for me, I knew it because of the Quagmire, the one on Family Guy. When he starts singing the Quagmire and he's all getting all jelly, sitting in a chair.
Simpsons is greater than Family Guy.
That's a whole nother show. Whole nother show, man. Whole
It
nother
is.
show.
Well, if you wanted to know how much I spent on a book, it was a little over $1,000.
Oh shit!
That was pretty tough to do, but I did it, and
What book?
get used
Yeah,
to
what?
it. Years ago, that was Hulk 181.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So worth $1,000 or
Oh, it's worth. I think it goes for like 4 to 5.
okay?
Where
And
it
you
sits.
Still own it or you got rid of it?
I still own it.
Okay.
Because I like the character. I like I like Wolverine. I like that. That's the Hulk 181 is such an iconic cover as well. When I look at it, it just takes me back to collecting as a kid.
Hey, gee,
Yeah.
I forgot, dude. So earlier when CBA asked the question, I only thought about, I don't know why, ASM 300 came into my mind. And at the time, I bought the set. I bought 298, 99, 300, and 301.
That was
And
all
at the
set.
time, I spent $320 on it.
Oh wow!
So that you remember the one we sent in for the McFarlane signing? That one that I have?
Yeah.
That's the one.
Is that a 9? Is that a 9.4?
It came back at 9.6.
9.6. Oh god.
Yeah.
9.8. That thing is going for like $5,000.
Yeah. So that's what I was thinking. But until
9.6
you
is
mentioned
all over
181,
$1,000.
I completely brain farted.
Yeah.
I actually bought what was it? 180, 181, and 182 in a set for like 2,400.
Oh man.
and that's the most I've ever spent. But my 180 came back a 9.0. My 182 came back a 7.5 or an 8.0, I forget.
Okay.
But my 181 came back a 9.0.
Green Label doesn't have the Marvel Valid stamp.
No, it does. It definitely has it.
Yeah,
And that's like a $6,000 book at least right now.
Just for the one book, yeah.
Yeah,
So Trilla, what was the most you spent on a book again?
2,400.
But that was for 3 books.
It was 3 books, 2,400.
So divide that by 3. If you want.
Kind of.
2,000 for the 181 and $400
for the
Yeah,
2.
pretty much. There you go. That's a more accurate assessment.
But that was
Yeah.
was like 10 years ago, 5 years ago.
No, that was like maybe 4.
Oh, about 4 years
4.
ago. You got. Oh wow.
Yeah, maybe
Okay.
maybe like 3. Yeah, 3 to 4 years ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like I lucked out. Like I got it, but I bought them raw.
That's
bought 'em-
scary. But yeah, it's kind of scary.
I bought them raw. I got them pressed and cleaned. I didn't press and clean them myself because at the time I was just starting out, and I wasn't comfortable pressing a $2,500 book by myself.
Have you pressed a 181 yet?
What was that?
Have you pressed a 181 yet?
Yeah,
Oh
Yeah.
wow. Oh wow.
yeah.
It makes you feel like a man.
It does.
You strung like bull.
It does.
Wow.
I don't know if I should agree to what you guys are talking about because I don't know what you guys are talking
I
about.
think I sprouted an extra chest hair that day.
One sprung out.
Much like my slab collection, I doubled my chest hairs.
I'm a man.
Now I'm back in.
That's good.
Yeah, you don't want to know how much I paid on my first copy of 181. I paid way less than the both of you guys.
Yeah, I'm sure you did, Tat.
No, I did. I did.
I know
Way
you
less,
did.
dude.
On
I'm
And my
jealous.
second
Yeah, I know.
copy, even my second copy, I'm paying way less than you guys, and I almost had that one paid off.
yeah.
But the coolest thing about that though is my brother was talking to me about that book. when I was down there for the last con. I went with him, and then sure enough, when I came back home, the guys in my comic book store are like, "Hey, I got a book that you want." And I said, "What is it? Secret Wars #8? I already have one." He goes, "No, even better than that. Show me Hulk 181." And he let me pay it off. But the first one I paid about $600 for it. That was with trading in and everything. And then the second copy that I have, I paid about $800. I only owe about like $100 left on that book.
So on that one, AG, the one that you showed right now, you have a case for your CGC case. Is that what I just saw? Can you show that again? So you have a case for your case.
Yeah, this is for protection.
looks like a phone case for your CGC case.
Yeah, you got.
It looks like something you get for your phone.
Yeah. No, this is.
That's your CGC Otter box.
Boing. Yeah. No, this actually it came on when I got the Deadpool book, first appearance of Deadpool, New Mutants '98. The guy, when I received the book, it had this on it.
Oh, nice.
So I sent
nice.
that book in. And I was like, well, let me put it on this book. It looks good on this book. With the black.
Okay.
Well,
now people are going to go out and buy that stuff and do that.
Well, this stuff's it's been out for a while. These slip covers or these rubber matted, whatever.
Yeah, they're kind of cool. I mean, honestly, it's kind of cool looking.
Yeah, it's just another expense besides. I thought it was so stupid and silly to put your slabs in a Mylar. I'm like, why do I want to throw them in a $5 Mylar? Why do I got the damn case, but then it's like, oh, you want to get
why
it
would I put it
scratched.
in a Mylar as he slips it into a Mylar?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no, that's not a Mylar. That's that.
Allow myself to deduce myself.
No, but Tat mentioned the Secret Wars '98. I thought I was going to be silly. Throw one out.
That's all right. I got 2 of those.
I got.
Well, I have a
Tom
third
Brady?
one. I just
Was
haven't
that
got it
Tom
yet.
Brady?
Yeah, you got
Tom
Tom Brady. No, that's Tom Brady saying Bears were 4-1, but now they're not 4-1.
Tom Brady thinks it's 4th down.
Yeah.
I can't get my book slabbed. The problem is it's just too cost prohibitive to do it. I mean, unless it's like that Stanley Jack Kirby book that I'll probably end up getting slabbed, but that's still going to cost me $75 to get slabbed.
The thing is, I'm not going to go to a convention.
Wait. What? I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second. Why is that going to cost you $75 to get slabbed?
So because it's going to cost me for the 2 signatures. I think I forget what it is to get them verified.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
It's about $20 through CGC or
20.
CBCS.
I think it's like 20 or 25 for the first, and then 15 or 10 for the second.
Right.
And then you got your shipping and you got your grading. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. It's gonna be like $80.
Yeah. It's it's just
Let's just make it an even 100.
$80, $80, even $100. I mean, I can buy a pretty good book for $100.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't do it. And I've got great books that I'd love to get slabbed.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
Commandos. Let me ask you though. Have you noticed that? And maybe this is most definitely a topic for another show. But have you seen, as a CBCS guy and somebody who has a CBCS account for years, this year I noticed that when I log onto my CBCS account, you have to make the discernment whether you're slabbing stuff in the U.S. or in Canada.
Yeah. So actually, CBCS opened up an office in the next city over from where I live. So I could hand deliver them to the CBCS office, saving me the $20 or whatever shipping that it would cost.
Oh, that's to
do that. And then, unfortunately, I can't pick up from that location. They would still have to ship it back. So what they do is they take it and then they ship it off to Texas or wherever the grading thing is, right?
Yeah.
And then from Texas, it goes back to Canada. So, yeah, it's still like I don't understand why they won't open up an actual grading place in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess they want all the quality to be the same.
Yeah.
Maybe Canadians would be harder graders. I don't know. Like,
see, Mike, that's your next job opportunity. You got to propose that. Offer your services as a dresser, and
Well, hey, don't even joke. Like I've talked seriously about it with GPAT before, and coming up with an all Canadian grading service.
Yeah.
Yeah, you two guys for sure. Yeah.
You have a market. I mean, there's a lot of comic book stores out there.
Well, for right now, you could probably even put that book in a nice top loader, or they do sell those, slab yourself kind of kits.
Yeah.
You could put it in one of those until you do. So that way, because I know what you're saying. You don't want those two signatures to get jacked up, especially the book itself, but those two signatures. So maybe you could do something like that for the meantime, just to kind of keep it, from being in the shuffle, I guess.
I think those slab yourself kits are really cool. Like I have one for now just because I wanted to test it out, and I really like it. And I think I'd buy a couple more just to display my books. But just to talk about what you were talking about, Fourway, like if you did a all Canadian slabbing and grading company, that'd be dope, bro. Just don't go the way that who is it, ECG or EGS?
Yeah.
And
PGX?
No, not PGX.
Yeah,
It's
the tabs on the top.
I know, just playing with them.
yeah, it's not good. But anyways, guys,
it's cost prohibitive, man. Like, I mean, I don't have any kind of capital to get that all started up.
oh, for sure.
I'm a plastic supplier and coming up with the right slab design that makes it even better than the TC. Because that's, I mean, ideally that's what you have to do. You have to make it better than what's out there right now.
Oh yeah,
they are competitive, obviously.
And then
if you found all I'm saying is if you found a good plastic supplier, I would say at least if you made it comparable to what's out there right now and available. I think that's the key is there's not availability in Canada, right?
Yeah.
I know there's like a European version of CGC.
What's that?
There's like a European version of CGC. It's called like European Comic Grading or European Grade EGC. Like there's another one in Europe.
Oh, EGC.
Or is it called UP?
EGC.
No, it's not at all.
That's Tat's grading company.
Yes, UP. Exactly.
I think it's TP.
TP.
Yeah, it's Tat's TP. That's right. Damn it, get it straight.
Tat's alleyway.
Why? Yeah, exactly.
We did not get to those crane books at all.
Oh, you mean this?
Oh man, Gomez.
No worries.
Or Gomez Davis.
That's no
worries. I got the birthday girl breathing down my neck over here, and
let's
it's all good, brother.
Well, an hour and 40 minutes might be okay to wrap it up.
I ain't done drinking yet.
Hold on. The good news is I think AJ has next Saturday off too.
No, I do not. Next Friday.
Okay, can we do Friday? Is that cool?
Friday works for me.
That works.
I'm down.
I was gonna say I like CBA's non-committal, soldier shrug. Like I might be around.
That might give me a chance to go find a Clayton Crane book.
Yeah. Okay.
I got my Crane books out. See, look at that. See?
Dude, I got my Clayton Crane books out.
Oh god.
But
so that's Friday.
Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go down the panel real quick. Thanks everybody for joining us. But I am gonna go down the panel really quickly. CBA, last thoughts, shout outs, final words.
Well, I got a bunch of sketch commission books I want to show you. We can do it next time.
Definitely.
All right, thanks, brother. All right, Fourway, West Coast Fourway.
West Coast Fourway.
West Coast Fourway.
I love it.
Wow.
Did I do that right, guys?
You did it
Oh
right.
yeah, you did.
Close enough.
See, over here we do the north.
Okay, hold on.
We don't do that. We don't do that.
I was gonna say, just so you know, that the north. Well, the backwards in the thing, but that's the end.
Lowercase.
At least he wasn't doing scissors.
No, God, see, Tat.
Thanks for having me on. It was kind of a last minute thing, but I'm glad I was available for it. Thank you for having me. I enjoy just shooting the shit with you guys. So
Definitely.
Anytime, brother.
All right, thanks, Fourway. Let's see, AG.
Well, Yeah, definitely. Thanks to everyone in the chat, the 3 or 4 people that were there. But the panel, man, thank you guys on the panel. This is phenomenal. I think it was a great show. I know it runs a little longer than we wanted to, but if we can do it, let's do it. It was a great time. It was excellent topics, nice, great discussions, and great seeing some books and everything. It was just really cool. So looking forward to next Friday, or next time you guys decide to hit up a show.
Friday.
Nice.
Next Friday is when that's going to be.
All right. Appreciate it.
We got one in the books. Tat Comics.
Yeah, everybody, thanks for showing up. Listen to the stories we had about Comic-Con, or what to do, what not to do, kind of thing. And Chula, again, thank you for doing this, especially on a night. It's the day before your daughter's birthday, which is awesome. Tell her, said happy birthday, and so be safe out there, and still collect the books you love to collect, man. And check out that book, Last Ronin. I'm telling you, it's a really good turtle book.
Oh my God,
Cheers.
I'm looking forward to that a bunch. All right, guys. Real quick, shout out to Azor's Tiger, Doom 143, Gomez, who came to join us for a little bit, Big Meow Meow, BLC. We had Dan D in the show for a little bit too. For everybody who comes and just joins us, really very much appreciate it. That's all I got, guys. I mean, that's it. We're the West Coast Comic Connection.
So Friday the 13th next week.
Oh, is it really? Yeah, that's great. And we're gonna show some crane books. Sounds good.
Oh boy.
Until we see you next time. Oh, quick shout out to Sue Storm. Happy birthday to the sister Sue Storm. Happy birthday to my oldest, who's 11 right now and hates my guts. So I'm gonna jump off and go be with her. Tomorrow's her real birthday, but still, like, she wants me to be with her. So,
birthday weekend.
hey, but thank you to everybody in the in the panel. CBA, my master of ceremonies, is always coming up with great topics for us to discuss. Fourway, who's always here at a moment's notice and has a bunch of cool content and great experiences to share. AG and Tat, the brothers that I have from another mother, who are always here. I just appreciate all